November 14, 2023. I will call the meeting to order and ask Nicole to take roll call, please.
Blake,
Here.
Aubrey Montgomery,
Here.
Kroll,
Here.
McBurney,
Here.
Obrecht,
Here.
Okay, please stand as you're able for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Urbandale is a national leader in character counts, endeavoring at all times to promote and model the principles of trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. In conducting tonight's meeting, we expect that all participants will act in a respectful manner consistent with these principles. Item 2 is to approve the agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion by McBurney, second by Obrecht. Discussion, please vote.
Votes aye.
All right, that passes. Item 3, presentations. We do have 4 proclamations I'm going to read, and then a presentation from the Icon Water Trails, but we'll start with the proclamations. First is a proclamation for 2023 Miss Iowa Preteen Anna Pollpeter. Whereas the National American Miss Teen Organization is dedicated to celebrating the current and future female leaders and is dedicated to developing the success of young women across the nation. Whereas the National American Miss events are for today's girl and tomorrow's leaders. The annual pageant program is based on inner beauty, poise, and presentation and showcases one's all-American spirit. Whereas emphasis is placed on the importance of gaining self-confidence, learning new skills, learning good attitudes about competition, and setting and achieving personal goals. Whereas Urbandale resident Anna Pollpeter will be traveling to Orlando, Florida, November 18 to 26, 2023 to represent her community as the Miss Iowa Preteen, with the goal to become the National American Miss Preteen Queen so she can spread her platform about combating hunger and spreading kindness to those across the nation. So now therefore, I, Robert Andeweg, do hereby congratulate Anna Pollpeter and wish her success in all her future endeavors. I will sign that. I don't know if is Anna here today? Is Anna? Thought you were. You have a form and second, if you want to give us a few words about the competition and what your goals are.
Yeah, so I've been competing in this pageant for 6 years now. So I got chosen this year to be the Miss Iowa Preteen and represent my state at nationals. So I'll be going down in 2 days to compete, and not all 50 states, but most of them. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, next is a proclamation for 2023 National Injury Prevention Day. Whereas unintentional injuries are the leading cause of death for Iowans ages 1 through 44, and the 4th leading cause of death for all ages. In Iowa, the 3 leading causes of unintentional injury deaths in 2022 were falls, motor vehicle crashes, and unintentional poisoning. And whereas injuries and violence resulted in an annual average of 2,200 deaths, 14,000 hospitalizations, and 387,000 emergency department visits in Iowa. The number of injuries in Iowa is estimated to be higher due to the unknown number of individuals who received other medical care or no care at all. Whereas injuries, whether intentional or unintentional, are preventable within the state of Iowa, the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital, the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, the University of Iowa Injury Prevention Research Center, the University of Iowa Department of Health and Human Services, the City of Urbandale, and other partners across the state are committed to increasing public awareness and education around injury prevention. So now, therefore, I, Robert Andeweg, do hereby declare Saturday, November 18, 2023 as Injury Prevention Day in Urbandale. And I know we have some folks from the University of Iowa, Pam Hogewerf, and do you want to come over and we'll
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Urbandale City Council for recognizing the importance of this message. I represent the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. I'm the Director of Pediatric Injury Prevention. And I think the really takeaway we want you to understand about the importance of this Awareness Day is that almost all unintentional injuries can be prevented. And so it's a real big mission of ours to go out across the state of Iowa, work with partners like Jill from the Department of Health and Human Services, and I'll let Jill introduce her role, to spread awareness about this campaign, because we don't want our kids getting injured when these things are preventable. So thanks again for supporting this proclamation.
Absolutely.
Jill, do you want to come in and introduce yourself?
I'm Jill Myers-Gettleman. I'm the Bureau Chief for the Public Health Division of Iowa Health and Human Services, and we do have an injury and disability programming area, and we just really want to thank everyone for taking the time to make this special proclamation and bring that heightened awareness to injury prevention in our state.
Okay, thank you. Next is 2023 National Apprenticeship Week for the City of Urbandale. And we do have the special connection with this for the apprentice program in Iowa. Whereas apprenticeships provide a vital role in creating opportunities by allowing apprentices to earn while they learn and help prepare a pathway to good quality jobs and well-paying careers in Urbandale and across the nation. Whereas the apprenticeship programs enable employers to develop and train their future workforce while offering career seekers affordable paths to secure high-paying jobs. And whereas the City of Urbandale recognizes the role of apprenticeship and affiliated labor organizations and employers in expanding opportunities in our workforce that are inclusive of individuals who have been historically underserved, marginalized, or adversely affected by persistent poverty and inequality, thus providing a path for all qualified individuals, including women, youth, LGBTQ, people of color, veterans, rural communities, and justice-involved individuals to become apprentices and to contribute to America's industries. Whereas the City of Urbandale recognizes that apprenticeships are a proven training model and are a key strategy to improving job quality, creating access to good paying, family-sustaining jobs for all, while addressing some of our nation's most pressing workforce challenges, such as rebuilding our infrastructure and modernizing our energy economy. So now, therefore, I, Robert Andeweg, do hereby declare November 13, 2023 through November 19, 2023 as National Apprenticeship Week in the City of Urbandale. And I'm not sure if anybody is here to accept this. But again, we have the electrical apprenticeship building in Urbandale, so we have a very strong connection to that. So we're proud to have that proclamation. And last, but certainly not least, is Small Business Saturday in Urbandale. Whereas the City of Urbandale celebrates our local small businesses and the contributions they make to our local economy. Whereas small businesses employ almost half of the private sector employees in the United States, and nearly 25% of employees in Urbandale work in the 25% of employees in Urbandale work in the retail industry. And whereas the City of Urbandale supports our local businesses that create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserve our communities. And whereas organizations across the country have endorsed the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday. So now, therefore, I, Robert Andeweg, Mayor of the City of Urbandale, do hereby proclaim November 25, 2023 as Small Business Saturday, and urge residents of our community to support small businesses and merchants on Small Business Saturday and to shop small throughout the year. And I know we have Tiffany Menke and some others from the chamber here today. So Tiffany, you guys want to come up?
Okay.
Or yours, you can say a few words.
No, I just want to say thank you and recognize the mayor and city council. Thank you so much for this proclamation. Shopping local, shopping small is critical. It's critical to our local economy. It helps so many because small businesses are the backbone of our economy. So not only on Small Business Saturday, I'd love it if you would just think about your local businesses before you jump on Amazon or Temu or whatever the latest trend is, and really think about the impact that these small businesses have on our community. They're the ones that are donating to the baseball teams and to the schools, and as residents, it's so important to support them. Even if it's a couple dollars more, it means so much more to our local businesses and local communities. So thank you.
All right. I think that's the record for most proclamations in one council meeting today, too. So. All right, with that, next we have a presentation from the Iowa Confluence Water Trails. Stephanie Appel. Stephanie, the floor is yours if you want to come forward and make your presentation.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. I want to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Stephanie Appel, and I serve as the Executive Director of Icon Water Trails. I have been in this position just about 2 months. So still very new, still learning. But one of the things I've been pleased to learn about is all of the exciting work that is happening in Urbandale. Just this week, Cole Miller from our team participated in the panel that was that was hearing the artist presentations for that exciting project. I even shared that on my own Facebook page, and it got a ton of likes and comments just from mine. So I know people are really excited about that, and we're just absolutely thrilled to have that going on as part of the Icon Network. For those of you that aren't aware, and as a refresher for those who are, the Iowa Confluence Water Trails, or ICON as we call it, is a regional network. We cover about 150 miles of waterways throughout central Iowa, and we are engaging jurisdictions across those waterways. I love this agenda today because the proclamations that came just before me coming up here have such connectivity to the things that we are doing with ICON, and they have some personal connectivity for me as well. So character counts, just as a little bit of background for me. I used to work with Scott Racker as his Associate Director of Programs and National Research over at the Ray Center. I most recently came from Des Moines Area Community College, where I was serving as the Director of Work-Based Learning. So I love to see that National Apprenticeship Week proclamation. It's so important. And Small Business Saturday, the things that are happening to be able to advance our small business and local growth of our economies is so important. All of this matters to ICON. Safety as well, right? Safety, there's a huge component of safety, so like everything is part of this. Economic development, placemaking, retention, encouraging people to go outdoors, the health benefits and health savings in our communities because of that. We like to think about the water trails. If you kind of think about what's happened with the paved trail system throughout central Iowa and all of the small businesses that have popped up along those paved trails, from breweries and bike shops, what's that going to look like once we activate all of these waterways, the opportunity there. So with ICON, we have a small but very mighty team. We were born out of the Great Outdoors Foundation as an initiative, and now we are a toddler on our own, not going fully out into, we're out in the world, but we're just kind of getting our legs under us. And so we really appreciate the mayor and all of the city council support in the things that we are doing with ICON. Some of the large things that are getting a ton of attention right now are those downtown projects because they have the whitewater feature. What we're really excited about is to know that some of the information the team's been looking at shows that if somebody comes to central Iowa for one of those features, they are very likely to stop at 2 or 3 more places to enjoy other amenities. And we think that's a huge boost to see some of that attention on those downtowns because they're like these really splashy things, but to know we have this entire amazing network that is being developed and activated throughout central Iowa. So I'm very excited about that. I also wanted to share with you that we will soon have a draft, have a final draft right now that we're just dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's, giving it one more look, but it's a regional economic impact study. And using cell phone location data, we are able to share some really great news about the economic impact that ICON is having already. So just some quick information on that I can share, that for every dollar invested, we're seeing $1.77 in the regional economy activated. Of the 14 or 15 current active sites, thinking about the traffic to that and the usership is a $16 million health savings. So costs that are not being spent on sick care and also just people's personal health. So we'll get to share more of that, and we will definitely be putting together some information that you all can share as one of those great pieces of ICON. So happy to answer any questions, but I am just thrilled to be here. I'm so excited to be part of ICON and look forward to working with you all.
Thank you, Stephanie. Any questions for Stephanie? All right.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
We
so
look forward to
much.
it. All right, that takes us to Citizens Forum. This is your opportunity to address the council on something that's not a part of tonight's regular agenda. Is there anyone that would like to address the council this time? Okay, seeing none, then we'll move on.
Mayor Andeweg.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, no, Jeanette, you, go ahead. The floor is yours if you'd like to do it.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Miner, and I've been a resident of Urbandale since 1978, along with my husband.
If you can give your address for the record, Jeanette, please.
Do what?
Your address for the record, please. Your
Oh,
home address.
excuse me, 8216 Tawana Drive.
Okay, thank you.
And I was going to wait on this and just have this a lot more polished. I'd kind of just put this together in about an hour or so. But due to this emotion and all this, I've just got to get the word out. I'm sure we can all, and I'm going to read this to make it faster here. My notes, anyway. I'm sure we can all say that there are hardworking people at Furry Friends and ARL. However, I'm here to express deep concerns and sadness over Urbandale City Council in July of 2022 agreement with Furry Friends, Brett, and ARL, Tom Colvin. The dumping of the feral cats back into the community, either after trapped and neutered or if already. And also with these providers and the services provided. A little past history, my husband and I noticed an increase of roaming cat traffic on our block and neighborhood after Des Moines City Council contracted Furry Friends and ARL, Tom Colvin, I believe it's Colvin, in 2019. In 2019 or 2022 is when we were introduced to Furry Friends. I made many attempts to get a trap at Furry Friends. Most of the time, they were out. You couldn't reach anyone by phone, so you had to make a trip. It was basically first come, first serve. You waited along with others adopting a pet or other services. One time, there was no place to put my car. The parking lot was full. There was a lot of cars with out-of-state licenses. I spoke briefly with a couple of them, and they were bringing animals from out of state. Jumping to October 23, I emailed Britt with Furry Friends asking for our service history. She refused to give them to me, stating we were not the owner of any records, so they don't belong to us. Recently discovered there was no record of what happened to the cat or cats we trapped recently. In case you didn't know, West Des Moines City Council dropped Furry Friends this year. There's a lot that you can find on Google, and also news stations have clips you can watch also. Recently, two Polk County animal control men recently claimed the pet cats that we trapped were feral. And we know they were pet cats because we know the neighbors. Let's see here, do this quickly. So recently, I've got a copy that I gave everyone. I emailed Tom Colvin in October 19 and said, this is not working. And he sent a letter that everyone will have. And he blew off the fact that it's killing our birds, and birds are animals too. They must be protected from the pet and feral cats. They're destroying our property, and it's been worse since Des Moines started dumping the cats, and now Urbandale. I stress that it's stressing us out. Our dog now, it's 3-year-old dog, and it's dumping feral cats. We feel it's not a rescue, nor is it humane. And he's emailed a nice long letter, and his resources, he said, the below resources may be beneficial to learn more about TNR, and all the resources are the same resource, alleycat.com. And he said also, you might find the below information helpful in learning more on how to live with cats in your neighborhood. alleycat.com, how to live with cats in your neighborhood. I emailed him back and said it wasn't, that was not helpful for us. And I also then I started pulling up some of on the website, ARL Iowa, indoor cats, what they miss. And it says, when adopting a pet, owners have numerous decisions to make, from choosing the right name, and it could be exciting, whatever. And then it says, over on top, if you be searching, if you also want to question to keep your cat indoors or not. And it says right here, they've listened many pet owners, and he said, if you keep your cat indoors, it will avoid fights with other cats. There's a big, long list. I'll just say being hit by a car. I almost hit a pet cat just a few days, a couple weeks ago.
I'm not trying to interrupt, but you have about a minute left, so if you could just try to,
Oh, I'm sorry?
you have about a minute left.
Okay.
So if you could try to wrap
And
up your point.
ticks and fleas and all that. So he gives me, it's all on the website, tells about that. Also, easy solutions to cat behaviors, also on AOL.com. Here's one that says how to keep cats from scratching your paw prints and scratches on your car. Purchase a car cover. And interesting poll up, both Furry Friends and AOL, their missions. I found that quite interesting. An article, there's about how to adopt event. We are full, name your price. I cringe when I see and hear shelters advertise, name your price, you are full. Shelters are offering a discount dog or clearance dog or another animal they need to get rid of to make room for the new ones. I wonder how many animal hoarders are being encouraged or supported. Des Moines Register.
If I can have you wrap it up. So.
Okay, Des Moines Register. ARL wanting to audit the licensing. So they said their pets they're pets. They need, they don't need to go through all this. Well, what about safety and responsibility? And also included the GPS study of the outdoor cats. And also a letter from PETA supporting, supporting not the humane way to dump feral cats in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I know you, Jenna, I know you've written a number of times, and we know we're looking, this is not an easy issue, but I know we are looking at it. I know we're, yeah, but thank you. Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to address the council on something that's not a part of tonight's agenda? Okay, seeing none, then we'll move on. Then item 5 is the adoption of the minutes from the October 31 meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Obrecht. Second by McBurney. Discussion, please vote.
Blake abstains.
That passes. Item 6 is the consent agenda. There are 16 items for approval.
Move approval of consent agenda.
Motion by Obrecht.
Second.
Second by Kroll. Discussion, please vote.
Blake votes aye.
That passes. Item 7, regular agenda items versus item 7.1 is to consider the petition and waiver for the Iowa Chin Baptist Church. And John Larson, answer any questions on this if there are.
Move approval of council letter 7598.
Motion by Kroll.
Second.
Second by Obrecht. Discussion, please vote.
Blake votes aye.
That passes. Item 7.2 is to consider the ground emergency medical transport agreements. And to introduce this, Chief, did you have anything to add? You have a presentation?
Just a standard agreement that you're willing to accept the money from the state for the GEMT program that we talked about a month.
Okay. Chief Hardwell's here if there's any other further questions on that. If not,
Move approval resolution 217-2023.
motion by Obrecht.
Second.
Second by McBurney. Discussion, please vote.
Blake votes aye.
That passes.
Move approval of resolution 218-2023.
Motion by Obrecht.
Second.
Second by McBurney. Discussion, please vote.
Blake votes aye.
And that item passes. All right, that takes us to the end of our open agenda. So it takes us to mayor and council items. Amy, did you have anything to say?
I do not have anything.
Okay. Larry?
Nah, I've got nothing.
Okay.
I know, it's surprising. I was looking at my calendar and I couldn't find
Actually, I should go to
anything.
Matt next. Matt's technically in. Matt, do you have anything you'd like to?
Nope, just hello from California.
Okay. Adam?
So this weekend, Urbandale 4-H had their, County 4-H had their award ceremony at Giovannitti Shelter. So glad Urbandale was able to host that. And the Urbandale 4-H Club got recognized for multiple awards. So just want to give the kids there a kudos to the work they did throughout the year.
All right, thank you. Bridget?
I, of course, have stuff to talk about.
All right. You have some
As I
dark
was
stuff.
perusing Facebook today, there was a post from the Johnston School District. They, and I talked about this last time, like how great our kids are doing in our high schools, all 6 of them. But, you know, Johnston, 4 state championships, both team and individual, and just doing amazing. The Northwest women or girls I will get this out. Northwest, combined Northwest and Waukee swimming won their 3rd consecutive state title last week. So just amazing things going on with our kids, and I'm so excited. And I was really proud to have one of my neighbor friends here, Anna Pollpeter. She's Violet's age, or Scarlett's age. I will get all this stuff out of my mouth. And then the Waukee School District last night presented a plan for new boundaries for their elementary schools, and there's a lot of chatter out there, imagine that. But a lot of the concern is about traffic safety with new kids crossing new streets where they didn't have to before. And I guess since John's here, like, with Waterford Elementary, at what point will, in the process, will you figure out, like, if we need to have a crossing guard or what the safe routes to school are?
Correct. So as the area starts to develop, usually once a year, we meet with the schools and then we discuss those areas. So as things develop, sidewalks are built, we'll have those conversations.
But with a new school opening up, will you have a talk with them? Like,
We'll have some conversations, but as of right now, again, there's really no houses around it, so.
well, because the boundaries will be changing.
Correct.
And kids
but I
will
don't
be
think we'll
coming
have-
from the south and crossing Waterford. And then the other thing is, when we opened Radiant, I know I asked repeatedly about crossing 156th Street, and I guess now there are kids that are living on the east side of 156th Street that,
170th?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure we're in the right area.
yes. I can't
so
get
they
a single
changed-
right thing out tonight.
Okay, so that has changed again, that the east side of 170th
Right,
is
but-
crossing? Because they had switched that everybody east of 170th goes to the new school.
Well, so that will happen next year.
Yep.
But right now, in all of these discussions that have just been, you know, everywhere in the last 24 hours, I have found out that there are kids that are living on the east side of 170th Street that are crossing over,
Okay.
that are close enough to walk. And I didn't know what sort of traffic control we have to address.
That's where we built that special crossing
Okay.
right there for those students.
Okay, so that works for, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so the plan will have no one from the east side going to Radiant after this year. They'll all go west to
my
Waterford.
understanding, yeah.
And,
But yes, we do have sit-downs with the schools. They can also contact us and when they would like to, but we usually have conversations with them before a new school opens.
okay, well, people are freaking out, let me just tell you, as people do when their schools are in jeopardy of changing. So thank you for some clarity on that, and that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Bridget. I do have a couple things related to some of the other boards I'm on. First of all, on MPO, we are working through the process to hire a new executive director. It's moving slowly but surely, but we hope to have that application period open up here Friday probably, so if you know of folks that you think might be qualified for that position, we will be taking applications for that probably through the end of November, and hope to have a new executive director finally picked, hopefully by the end of the year. So that's what we're working on. Just joined the League of Cities Board, as you likely know, and we had our first board meeting, full board meeting last week in Johnston. Big topic of discussion is what's going to happen at the legislature this year. So I'll be getting a lot more, probably daily updates as far as being on the league board. So hopefully I can keep up with that a little bit more, and we'll see where we are with the legislature this year. But obviously that's going to be top of mind for the league this year as far as what additional bills may be coming down that might relate to cities this year as well. So we'll keep tabs on that. And that's what I have.
Something really exciting next week, the mayor's tree lighting
Oh,
ceremony.
yes, that's right. Thank you, Larry. The tree lighting is next Tuesday at 5:30? 5:30? Is that right?
Yes.
It is now.
I think it is 5:30.
Next Tuesday at 5:30 at the Memorial Tree Park, so make sure you join us then. We can't guarantee snow like we did last year, but
We have the community comp plan open house
on Monday
Monday.
from 1 to 4, right?
Yes, Curtis is shaking his head, so it will be wonderful.
So is John still, John Holbrand's, John, you hear that? That is confirmed, so 1 to 4 on Monday, so a lot of things going on right now. So.
I have a follow-up question about your League of Cities membership. I'm very excited about that you'll possibly be able to give us great information coming out of the legislature. But last year, if I remember correctly, we held a Zoom lunch and learn sort of thing with our legislators.
Mm-hmm.
Are we planning to do that again with our legislative agenda?
If I can get them together, yes.
Best wishes with that.
Yep. It may be Zoom is an easier way to do it, but yes, I'm trying to arrange something where I can get all 5 of them together.
And the chamber's sponsoring a legislative luncheon with the Ankeny Chamber, correct? Tiffany, remind me, is it December 14? I think that's, you have if you have the date offhand?
Is this Friday?
This Friday? Oh, okay, I'm thinking that maybe the partnership has a separate one too, but this Friday is
Preview. I know Senator Zahn will not be at that one, John Forbes will be, Eddie Andrews will be. I think those are the ones.
can folks still sign up for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, all right, thank you. All right. So, what's going on? With that, we do have a closed session. Is there a motion and a second to enter into closed session pursuant to Iowa Code 21.5, 1J regarding real estate?
Move to enter closed session.
Motion by Obrecht,
Second.
second by Kroll. Discussion, please vote.
Blake votes aye.
Thanks.
Yes. Yeah.
Councilmember Carby Montgomery, I don't think yours registered on there.
You need to vote.
Oh. I'm not really sure.
Perfect.
Okay. Officer.
Thank you.
Okay.
We have the officer. When I ask him.
That carries, so we need to go into